Hi everyone, welcome yet again to another episode on Pokes on Relationships. Lately, I've been speaking a lot about the current state of humanity, but I'm not the only one that apparently feels like we need action quick. Have a listen to what Elon Musk had to say.
Is dying. And people, it's just not something we evolved to react to. And I worry generally about the strength of America. You know, America is the central column that holds up all of Western civilization. So if you like, if we've got the temple of Western civilization, America is the central column. If that column fails, it's all over.
Well, if that column fails at all, it's all over. And you heard it from his mouth that humanity is being unalived, because I have to be careful how I use my words on YouTube. But is that really the case? Yes, certainly, as I've been saying a lot on the station, the current state of humanity, particularly in modern culture and, he's right, in Western civilization, I have concerns. I have concerns about how this race for being at the forefront of cutting edge technology with AI and robotics is going to have an impact on our relationships. And I have said it over and over again on the station that I think that our strongest defense and our strongest safe space in this upcoming dispensation of AI and robotics era, which is here to stay, it's not going to slow down, is definitely going to be our relationships, the people that are closest to us. And I've also mentioned, and in a way, I have said that I wonder if perhaps this AI thing is a good thing, because it's going to force humanity to reach out for each other again. And why I say this is because as human beings, we are biologically wired for connection. And we meet each other and we procreate, not necessarily because of the fuzzy, warm feeling that we feel in our heart, but it's literally a matter of survival. And so I would like to disagree that I don't think that it is. I don't think that humanity is slowly on the decline. Definitely, I do think that Western society and modernization and modern societies are, yes, they are on a decline. But then again, you have other parts of the world where they still have very strong culture and religion and communities and seem to be budding and thriving. And so I wonder, is technology a blessing or a curse? I think it can be both. But again, I always maintain that I think that technology and AI and robotics is good, but there needs to be parameters, there need to be boundaries. And I'm definitely not pro social media and AI and robotics infiltrating spaces as intricate and as special as love. Because at the end of the day, I think a robot can read you very well. A robot can tell your emotions very well. As I've shared in my previous video, AI being able to read your emotions, being able to pick up just from your tone, whether you're sad or whether you're happy, and just having something that is accessible to validate you constantly in that way definitely poses a threat to normal human relationships, because as human beings, I've said, we're messy. We're just messy. We're messy people. But in a way, I said, I'm pretty grateful, because I think that all of this is really making us think about the things that matter as human beings. Now, AI initially came and it threatened the employment and it threatened to just take over people's jobs. And now it's very much infiltrating the areas of love, to the extent I've shown you before that even the Pope thinks that there should be regulation around AI husbands and spouse. And parents who have children are very concerned about what this might mean for their children, because we know that with the introduction of social media has also been directly correlated with this loneliness pandemic that has just kind of taken over modern and Western world. But in all of this, I think that this is going to force us to reach for each other. But the question I always ask is, when we do, with how technology has changed the way we do relationships, literally, guys, technology has rewired the way we do relationships. I wonder, when we reach out for each other, are we going to be okay? Are we going to be in the right frame of mind to actually have healthy relationships. Well, that's where we come in as a station. That's where I come in because I'm really concerned about humanity. I'm concerned about our survival because I do believe that we were created to be fruitful and multiply. And quite frankly, I love the introduction of technology to make me more productive, but I don't like the idea of it replacing me. And certainly, I don't like the idea of it being potentially a spouse for our children in future. So what do? We build strong relationships as a form of resistance. We choose each other. We choose human. We choose to be intentional about our relationships. And perhaps it's time. We might have to just end up growing up. Dun da da da. We might end up not having adult kids anymore. Because at some point we are going to get sick and tired of the robots and we are going to need each other because that's what we were created for. But again, I digress and I wonder, what do you think? Is humanity dying, or is that just Western world that is currently experiencing this attack on humanity just because of its race for wanting to be at the forefront of cutting edge technology? I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing. I think I'm very much pro not being left behind. But then again, I think of Japan, I think of South Korea, I think of Italy, I think of Europe, Poland, lots of spaces where now villages are emptying out. There are more deaths than there are births. And I wonder, is it a worthwhile trade-off? I don't know, but I'd love to hear your take on it and let me know. Let me know what you think. As always, I'm interested to find out what you think. And I'm also interested to find out if you think I should start a community on Choose Human. Let me know, and I'd love to hear from you again. And as always, it's a pleasure having you on this station. And until next time.